Gomez. I'm 18 years old and I'm female to male transgender. I grew up in San Diego, California, and now I'm attending Stanford University. I mostly had friends that were boys, and I played sports, but when I started getting into puberty is when all these doubts started getting in that I wasn't normal, that I was different, and that's not something that I wanted for myself. But what I said to myself was, you know what, you're not going to be different anymore. You're going to be normal, you're going to be a girl, you're going to like boys, and you're going to grow up and be just like everyone else. Because that's what I desperately wanted at that age. When I went into middle school, I told my mom that I wanted to start dressing like a girl. So we went to the store, we bought girl clothes, but I just couldn't make the transition. We bought these polo shirts that were basically just like boys' shirts, except for the sleeves were a little bit shorter. But all day in school, I only wore them the first day, and all day I was just pulling down the sleeves because I just felt so uncomfortable. Nobody even knew I was a girl. I think they just probably thought I had a weird shirt on or something. 2 weeks passed after my first day of middle school, and still everyone thought I was a boy until we had to get in two different lines. A line for boys and a line for girls. That's when I got in the line for the girls, and everyone said, like, what are you doing over there? And I said, well, I'm a girl. It was a shock to the class. It was a drama. Just having everyone see me as a boy, even though I didn't outright say it, was those moments of glory for me. Were just the best moments I could have when someone. I always knew that my mom would support me. Ever since I was little, she would tuck me in every night and tell me, I love you no matter what. You can tell me anything. I always knew what she meant by that, because although she loves all three of us, my brother and my sister, equally and unconditionally, she always made sure to say it to me, because she knew that there was something that I needed to tell her. She kept on telling me that I could be whoever I was, whoever I wanted to be, and still be normal. And I've always had this trust in my mother. So when she would tell me that, I would believe her, and I would open up and say, you know what, Mom, I do. I feel like a boy. But there's no way I can change that. And then one day she took me to the center, the LGBT center in San Diego, and she introduced me to a man named Connor. And he's a trans man. I think after meeting Connor was when I made that kind of psychological shift in my mind that I can be normal, I can make a transition. My dad is one of the most loyal and trustworthy and supportive and simple people I know. He really is. When I say my mom supported me, she did support me, but she did have doubts. She did always doubt, is this the right thing to do? Am I doing the right thing? You know, she always had those kind of thoughts come up in her head. My dad never had those thoughts. My dad just said, let him be. You know, just let him do whatever he wants. And the day I actually told my mother that I liked a girl, she told my dad, even though I told her not to tell anyone. Yeah, that's how she is. And my dad said, does Isaac know that you're telling me? My mom said, no, he told me not to tell anyone. He said, well, don't tell me. If that's what he said, respect his wishes and don't tell me. His love is so incredible, and just his simplicity, and he just wants what I want. The advice I would give is very simple, but it is to be yourself, and it's also everything happens for a reason. And those are two things that I grew up believing because my parents instilled them in me. And it's very, very hard to truly believe them and incorporate them into your life, but it makes a difference. It is truly, I think, for me, what brings me happiness. Whenever something goes wrong, whenever I don't get an opportunity, I know that it happened for a reason, and every time that happens, something comes up and it proves that to me. You know, everything works out, and I think I'm one of the luckiest people in the world because I have faith.